If you're eating clean and still feel like you're running on low battery, that's not laziness, it's usually math. Energy in, energy out, plus what your body has to spend just to process what you're eating. A lot of people build a healthy diet that looks perfect on paper. Lots of salads, low sugar, high fiber, lean protein. Maybe a smoothie for breakfast. And then the weird part happens. You get sleepy mid-morning. You hit a wall after lunch. Workouts feel heavier. Your mood gets flatter. Here's the core idea. Some healthy patterns quietly create unstable blood sugar, underfuel you, or overload digestion. And your body responds by downshifting. Less spontaneous movement, more cravings, more brain fog. So we're going to walk through the most common healthy habits that backfire. Not to demonize them, to adjust them. Small changes can bring your energy back without turning your diet into junk food. Moving to slide 2. First culprit. You're accidentally eating too little. This is the most boring explanation and also the most common. When people switch to healthy, calories often drop without them noticing. You replace a sandwich with a salad. You swap pasta for zucchini noodles. You cut oils because they feel unhealthy. You snack on fruit instead of something dense. Your body still needs energy for everything. Thinking, walking, temperature control, hormones, training. If intake stays too low, your system starts saving. You feel cold more easily. Your resting heart rate can drift down. Your motivation drops. And fatigue shows up as this heavy, low-grade tiredness. A simple check is consistency. If you feel best right after you eat, then crash hard. Sometimes it's not what you ate. It's that the total amount is too small or too spread out. The fix is not overeating. It's fueling on purpose, especially earlier in the day. Moving to slide 3. Second culprit. Your healthy breakfast is basically dessert with better marketing. I'm talking about the smoothie bowl problem. A lot of smoothies are fruit plus juice plus maybe oats, and they go down fast. That means you can absorb a lot of sugar quickly, even if it's natural sugar. Blood glucose rises, insulin responds, and then some people get a dip that feels like sleepiness, shakiness, or brain fog. And because it's liquid, it often doesn't create the same fullness signals as chewing. So you're hungry again soon, but now you're also tired. That's a rough combo. This doesn't mean fruit is bad. It means structure matters. If you like smoothies, build them like a meal. Add protein, add fat, add fiber. Use whole fruit instead of juice. And consider eating some of it with a spoon, slower. Stable energy is usually boring. Moving to slide 4. Third culprit. You went low carb in a way that doesn't match your life. Carbs are not magical, but they are a very direct fuel source, especially for higher intensity work and for your brain's preferred quick energy. If you cut carbs hard, some people feel fine after an adaptation period. Others feel flat, irritable, and tired, especially if they're also training, walking a lot, or sleeping less than ideal. A common, healthy day looks like this. Eggs and greens for breakfast, salad with chicken for lunch, salmon and vegetables for dinner. It's nutrient-dense, but it can be low in total carbs, and then you wonder why you're dragging by 3 p.m. A practical approach is targeted carbs. Add a portion of starchy carbs with the meal that precedes your busiest hours or your workout. Think potatoes, rice, oats, beans, or whole grains if you tolerate them. Energy is a performance metric. Moving to slide 5. Fourth culprit. You're eating high fiber, but your gut is paying the price. Fiber is great. Studies link higher fiber intake with better long-term health outcomes. But there is a difference between gradually increasing fiber and jumping from low fiber to huge salads, raw cruciferous vegetables, bran, and legumes all at once. When fiber intake spikes, your gut bacteria ferment more. That can mean gas, bloating, and discomfort. But it can also mean fatigue, because your body is working harder in digestion, and because poor gut comfort can mess with sleep quality and stress levels. Also, raw vegetables are physically harder to break down than cooked ones. If your healthy plan is raw everything, you may be asking your digestive system to do heavy labor multiple times per day. Try a simple experiment. Keep fiber, but shift some of it to cooked vegetables, soups, and soaked grains or legumes. Increase slowly, and notice whether your afternoon energy improves. Moving to slide 6. Fifth culprit. You're low on electrolytes, not just water. When people clean up their diet, they often reduce processed foods. That's usually a win. But processed foods also contain a lot of sodium, so you can accidentally drop sodium intake a lot. Add sweating, exercise, or hot weather, and you may feel tired, headachy, or just oddly weak. Electrolytes are minerals that help manage fluid balance and nerve signaling. Sodium and potassium are the big ones people notice. If you're drinking lots of water but not replacing electrolytes, you can feel washed out. This is especially common if you eat very low carb. Lower carb can reduce stored glycogen, and glycogen holds water, so you lose more water and sodium early on. A practical step is to salt food to taste, unless you've been told to limit sodium for medical reasons. And include potassium-rich foods like potatoes, beans, yogurt, and leafy greens. Hydration is chemistry, not just volume. Moving to slide 7. Sixth culprit. You're afraid of fat, so your meals don't last. Dietary fat is energy-dense. It also slows gastric emptying, meaning food leaves your stomach more gradually. That can help you feel steady and satisfied. When people go healthy, they often choose ultra-lean everything and remove oils, nuts, seeds, and full-fat dairy. Then meals become protein plus vegetables, which can be great. But without enough carbs or fat, you get this pattern. You feel light right after eating. Then an hour or two later, you're starving and tired, because your body is asking for usable energy. This is not a license to drown everything in oil. It's a reminder that a tablespoon of olive oil, a handful of nuts, avocado, or a bit of cheese can turn a meal into something that holds you. If your energy drops between meals, look at what's missing. Often it's not vitamins. Moving to slide 8. Seventh culprit. Protein is high, but total energy is still low. High-protein diets are popular for good reasons. Protein supports muscle and helps with satiety. But protein is not always the easiest energy source. Converting protein into usable energy can be metabolically costly, and if protein crowds out carbs and fats, you can end up with meals that are technically macro-perfect, but you still feel drained. Another issue is timing. People push protein hard at dinner, but undereat at breakfast and lunch. Then they spend the first half of the day underfueled, and the second half trying to catch up. A more balanced approach is to distribute protein across meals, and pair it with either carbs or fats, sometimes both. Chicken plus rice plus olive oil, Greek yogurt plus fruit plus nuts, eggs plus toast plus avocado. If you feel tired while eating high protein, don't assume you need even more protein. You may need more total energy and better balance. Moving to slide 9. Eighth culprit. Your meal timing is creating a daily energy roller coaster. Some people feel great with intermittent fasting. Others feel terrible. If you skip breakfast, drink coffee, and push your first meal late, you might be stacking stress on top of stress. Cortisol helps you wake up, but if you keep leaning on it, you can feel wired in the morning and exhausted later. Then there's the classic. A tiny lunch because you're being good, followed by a huge dinner. That can make afternoons feel like a fog, and nights feel restless because digestion is doing overtime. A steady energy pattern usually comes from a boring structure, a real breakfast within a few hours of waking, a lunch that actually contains fuel, and a dinner that doesn't require a food coma. If you want to experiment, don't change everything. Just move more calories earlier. Many people are shocked how much that changes their focus and mood by midday. Moving to slide 10. Ninth culprit. Your healthy snacks are spiking you, then dropping you. A lot of snacks are basically quick carbs, a granola bar, dried fruit, rice cakes, even a big apple by itself. They can be fine, but if you're already underfueled, these snacks become little blood sugar waves all day. You get a quick lift, then you feel sleepy, so you reach for another snack or more coffee. And the day becomes this constant management problem. A better snack has at least 2 anchors, protein and fiber, or protein and fat, or carbs plus protein, something that slows absorption and actually satisfies. Examples: fruit plus yogurt, crackers plus cheese, nuts plus a piece of fruit. hummus with vegetables. If you want something sweet, pair it with protein. If your energy is unstable, don't just ask, is this snack healthy? Ask, does it keep me steady for 2 to 3 hours? Moving to slide 11. 10th culprit. You're eating light lunches that are secretly heavy. This sounds contradictory, but it's common. A huge raw salad with tons of vegetables, beans, and maybe cruciferous greens. It's low calorie, but it can be a digestive brick. Your body has to do a lot of mechanical and chemical work to break it down. Then you sit at a desk. Blood flow shifts toward digestion. You feel warm, slow, and sleepy. People call it a food coma, but it can happen even without a big calorie load. If lunch consistently makes you tired, try changing the form, not just the ingredients. Cooked vegetables instead of raw. A soup or stew-style meal. Or a smaller salad plus a more energy-dense side, like rice or potatoes. Also, consider chewing. If you inhale lunch in 7 minutes, your stomach gets a sudden workload. Slowing down can genuinely change how you feel after. The goal is a lunch that fuels your afternoon, not ends it. Moving to slide 12, 11th culprit. Micronutrient gaps hide inside clean eating. You can eat very healthy foods and still miss key nutrients that affect energy. Iron is a big one, especially if you eat little red meat or none, and especially for people who lose blood monthly. Low iron status is associated with fatigue in many cases. B12 is another, mostly found in animal foods or fortified foods. Iodine can be low if you don't eat seafood and you don't use iodized salt. Vitamin D can be low depending on sun exposure and diet. And magnesium intake can be low if your calories are low overall. This is where variety stops being a slogan and becomes a strategy. Rotate protein sources. Include legumes, dairy if tolerated, eggs, seafood if you eat it, and fortified foods when appropriate. If fatigue is persistent, a clinician can check labs. Don't guess forever. Clean eating should not mean narrow eating. Moving to slide 13. 12th culprit. You're doing healthy plus a constant calorie deficit. A deficit can be a tool for fat loss, but living in a deficit for months can make you feel tired. Your body adapts. Hunger hormones change. Sleep can get lighter, training feels harder, and your non-exercise movement often drops without you noticing. A lot of people think they're eating at maintenance because they eat often, but the meals are small, low-fat, and low-carb. So the deficit is real, even if it doesn't feel extreme. If your goal is performance, focus, and mood, you may need phases, periods where you eat at maintenance, or at least a few days per week where you bring calories up, especially around training. Also, check your expectations. If you're pushing hard at work, training, and trying to lose fat fast, fatigue is not a mystery. It's a predictable outcome. Health is not just being lighter, it's having capacity. Moving to slide 14. Let's turn this into a simple reset you can actually use. Step 1. Build meals with a base and 2 stabilizers. A base is protein, like eggs, yogurt, fish, chicken, tofu, or beans. Stabilizers are carbs and fats. Pick at least one, often both. That's how you avoid the crash. Step 2. Make lunch digestible. If you get the salad slump, swap some raw volume for cooked foods or soup. Keep the nutrients, reduce the workload. Step 3. Salt and hydrate intelligently. Drink water, but don't be afraid of seasoning your food, and include potassium-rich foods. Step 4. Move calories earlier. If mornings are coffee only, try a real breakfast for a week, and watch what happens to your focus. If you want one question to guide everything, it's this. Does this way of eating give you steady energy for your actual life? If you found this helpful, subscribe for more evidence-based nutrition breakdowns, and comment A or B. A is I crash after breakfast. B is I crash after lunch. This information is not a substitute for medical advice. Optimize sleep. Optimize hormones. Optimize life.